Doucette, your biggest mosquito is here, but I'm not here to roast you. At least, not like I normally do. I'm digging the new Alpha M look out the other day, but I'm here to talk about a video you just uploaded about this kid that's underweight, training, and putting on weight. Everything was good in that video, Greg, until cardio. And we have to talk about that, Greg. It is true. Running is a central overload on the leg. That is true. Because if you're running, you're applying force downward. That is essential movement. Therefore, you are doing muscle damage every time your foot make contact via plantar dorsiflexion. Dorsiflexion. It's making contact. Boom, 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 boom. A lot of people find it that when they run, a lot of times they have sore knees the next day, because guess what the knees are doing when you run, especially if you don't have the proper shoe on for that. It is absorbing everything, the patella in the knee, hitting the meniscus. The meniscus is what absorbs the shock. And you got ligaments, like say the anterior cruciate ligament, the posterior cruciate ligament, the medial lateral collateral ligament, and the what's the other one? The posterior anterior, the lateral cruciate ligament, right? Those ligaments and tendons, when they hit, as well as the cartilage that's in your fucking knee, the meniscus, especially with the patellar here, it takes time for that to recover. If you're doing repetitive running, okay, there are ways around that. Some people like me love to do a little bit of jogging. I like interval training. Ronnie Coleman jogged. As a matter of fact, a lot of bodybuilders jog. I've seen Arnold Schwarzenegger jog back in his day. But if you know, they were jogging on sand. They were jogging on a soft surface to take away the shock that is caused by running on pavement and stuff. That's why you have to get shoes with a absorbable shock in the heel to take away some of that. Running, though, bar none, is the greatest bang for your buck when it comes to building a serious, strong heart and lungs. Why is that? Because when you're running, you're using a lot of oxygen, a lot of aerobic exercise when you run. When you're obese, you shouldn't run. That's just a health hazard. And when you're too lean, you can get away with that. But if you're anorexic, you shouldn't run, because you already have very fragile bones if you're anorexic. No heart, no muscle. So you need to be a particular body weight and have a certain percent of body fat percentage on you, as well as some muscle development in your knee joints, especially around your knees, to protect that. So on days when you do cardio, if you know you're going to run, if you're not trying to be a marathon runner, interval training helps. There's no need for HIIT cardio unless you're trying to be a sprinter and you're doing like a baton run, a 400-meter dash. That's different. That's totally different. You want to sprint. But the average person just got to get more efficient at walking. But jogging is good, because if you got to run from something, you won't be able to get out of Dodge and run for a while. So there are certain methods to why you should do some type of running, right? Best bang for your buck. However, yes, it is true. If you run too much and then you're trying to do leg day the next day, you're not going to be as strong as you would have been if you space those days out. That's why, let's say you want to squat this week. Don't run this week. I'll do my cardio after my leg day. So I'll squat that day, squat as heavy as I can. Then later on that day, I'll do a cardio day. Then the next day, recovery cardio. Mainly a walk, elliptical, bike, you name it, I'm on it. Then I take a day off. And then if I want to deadlift, I want to be fresh for that. So I may take 2 days off. Then I deadlift, right? That's how you get around that. Because guess what? Deadlifting, you really need glutes and hamstrings to be at full capacity to do that. Running takes away the glute and the hamstring potential. Why? Because the glutes is what's getting your legs to move in the first fucking place. But running, I got TV on, guys, so I apologize for all the flashes, because CNN is showing the Trump trial and talking about Iran and Israel right now. So, but running, you're burning a lot of calories, moving your arms, moving your legs. So if you're doing, you know what, let me do this here. Some of you guys might have seizures, so I want to Cut that off. We'll do that. We'll do that. Some of you guys, when you run, okay, you might be running a little bit too much, especially if you try to put on muscle. Because running will put you in a calorie deficit. A lot of cardio will keep you in a calorie deficit. That's why when you're trying to lose weight, do as much cardio as you can, as well as trying to build some lean tissue, muscle tissue, as possible. Because it's going to put you in a calorie deficit. But in order to build muscle, you need to have a lot of protein. Of course, when you're in a deficit, it's hard to build muscle, but it's not impossible. But you got to have your protein got to be very high, right? If you're trying to build muscle, you need to cut back on cardio a little bit. This week, I'm not doing no cardio. I'm saving it for next week. I'm compound lifting this week. I want to be strong. I want to tire out my muscle, so I want to be fresh for all that. So no cardio this week at all. I'm doing cardio 4 days next week, so I want to be fresh for that. Because I'm going to be eating a lot of food, recovering. I want to do some form of cardio, so I want to be at far in a surplus. That way, I'm putting on too much fat. So I'm saying all that to say this here, Greg. You got to stop this narrative about running. It's too bad for the knees. It's not bad. It's real good for you if you have the proper gear for running. That means really just a real good shoe. They have running shoes with the shock absorber in there to take away the shock as you put your feet down to help the knees and the meniscus in the knee. Why you think marathon runners get so good at running? They have to run. They have to run. And most of them have very healthy knees. Why? Because they have the proper equipment on. If you put a Jordan on and you're going to do some serious running, bye-bye knees. If you're going to put some Chuck Taylors on and go running, bye-bye knees. You need some shoes that is designed for running. Nike makes them, Adidas. You need some serious running shoes if you want to run. Other than that, Greg is right. If you want to really build muscle, then doing light impact cardio like being in the pool, elliptical, the Stairmaster, the walking on treadmill at low speed, walking in general. Those are just a few forms of light impact cardio. And it'll keep you in the zone 2, zone 3 cardio, which is good for the heart health. 150 minutes bare minimum, 300 maximum. For 150, if you're doing excessive cardio, like an hour worth of cardio, 150 minutes. If you're doing 30 minutes a day, that's your 300 minutes of cardio. That's how that works, right? Well, 60 minutes if you do about an hour of low impact. 5 days, 300 minutes. Now, if you move throughout the day, believe it or not, that's cardio. If you're moving around throughout the day, that's cardio. But if you really just want to focus on training your heart, then you gotta move a little bit faster than what you normally move, like going on a brisk walk, or a light little jog, or getting on the elliptical, doing some activity like that. That is extra cardio. People that be on their feet all day, working in nursing homes, sports coaches and stuff like that. People that work in warehouses that don't have to drive machines. People that work on road construction that don't have to drive machines, that's out there fucking putting down the fucking gravel and shit. That's cardio. But the body will adapt to that. So they might not lose no weight after a certain amount of time. If they want to continue to lose weight and get good at it, then they go to the gym or they go on an evening walk after they get off of work at the park or something. That's how you offset that. That's how that works. So yes, Greg, there's some benefits to running. Just because you probably sucked at running and it fucked your knees up, just like you fucked your shoulder up. Stop benching wide like this here, you won't have that motherfucking problem. Yeah, that's true. You bench very wide because you want the bar to focus on the chest and travel a short distance. That's why your shoulders fuck up. The wider you go, the more shoulder you include. When you tuck your shoulders, actually more chest and more tricep you include. But you have a powerlifting mentality, so you want to go as wide as possible. You went a little bit too wide a few times, buddy. That's why your shoulders fucked up. Same with your back. But you avoid those areas. You need to train those areas. You probably got scar tissue there. Train it. Make it stronger again. And then that hurt will go away. Don't avoid the shit. Train the shit. Just saying. Anyway, I made enough content for today. I made like 5 videos today. I'm going to have a real busy week. Hope you all enjoy. Until next time, you guys stay safe. And I am out, guys. Peace.